Get back!
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 things to remember before seeing Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
And now, a final triumph.
For this list, we're looking at production, casting, and plot details regarding the fifth entry in the Indiana Jones series. Are you counting down the days until Dial of Destiny? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. The lengthy development. The road to Indiana Jones 5 has been longer than you might think. When Steven Spielberg and George Lucas signed their 1979 deal with Paramount, they agreed to produce 5 Indiana Jones movies. After Last Crusade, though, Lucas struggled to come up with another plot device.
I was the holdout. I was the one that said, I'm done with this series. It was great. Let's walk away.
A fourth film remained in limbo until Spielberg finally agreed to Lucas's alien invasion idea, although the director always had reservations about the interdimensional beings angle.
These are interdimensional beings. They're not extraterrestrials, they're interdimensional. So I said, fine.
A month before Crystal Skull came out, Ford said it wouldn't take 20 years to make a fifth film. It just took 15 years. During this long gap, it was rumored that Chris Pratt might inherit the fedora from Ford, although the Jurassic World actor eventually shot those speculations down.
You don't have to answer the question.
Well, I have no answer to it. I don't know.
Number 9. Disney's first Indiana Jones movie. Raiders contains one of cinema's most treasured transitions from the Paramount logo to the opening mountain shot. Although Paramount released the first 4 films, Disney has a history with Indy as well, producing several theme park attractions centered on the character.
Bringing that action-adventure thrill to life for guests.
Disney acquired Indiana Jones along with Lucasfilm in 2012. Yet Disney wouldn't officially purchase the franchise's distribution and marketing rights until the following year. Paramount still preserved distribution rights to the original tetralogy and would be compensated for any future films. Indiana Jones 5 wasn't Lucasfilm's top priority with the Star Wars sequel trilogy in the works, but the follow-up was officially announced in 2016.
Chewie, we're home.
Although slated for a 2019 release, rewrites, changing talent, and COVID pushed the film back 4 more years. Number 8. Antonio Banderas' small role. On the heels of Puss in Boots facing his mortality, Antonio Banderas will aid another fearless hero who seemingly has 9 lives.
Been shot 9 times, including once by your father.
In July 2021, Banderas landed the role of Ronaldo, a boat captain who has a history with Indiana Jones.
Indy!
This isn't Banderas' first Spielberg production, having played the titular swashbuckler in The Mask of Zorro. Banderas claims he's not in the film for very long, saying that, quote, it's almost a cameo. Nevertheless, Banderas is still, quote, very happy to be part of Indy's legacy. Banderas might have also dropped a spoiler in an interview, saying that Ronaldo would, quote, die for Indy. Whatever Banderas means by that, Ronaldo will surely help Indy get from point A to point B on the road to destiny. Number 7. Mads Mikkelsen is naturally the villain. Spielberg got involved in Raiders of the Lost Ark after telling Lucas that he wanted to direct a James Bond picture.
And I said, well, you know what? I've always wanted to direct a James Bond picture.
So we guess it's only fitting that Indy's adventures would end with a former Bond baddie. 17 years after going up against 007 in Casino Royale, Mads Mikkelsen plays Jürgen Voller, the latest Nazi to confront Indiana Jones.
Dr. Jones, get him.
The character draws inspiration from Wernher von Braun, who served as a rocket scientist in Nazi Germany before being enlisted for NASA's Apollo program. Voller's aspirations go beyond the moon, however. World War II may be over, but Voller has a plan to rewrite history. In Voller's warped mind, he is the hero of the story, and the world will be better off once he's done.
You stole it. Then you stole it.
Number 6. Sallah Strikes Back. Played by John Rhys Davis, Sallah has a habit of only popping up in the odd-numbered Indiana Jones movies.
Bad dates.
With Raiders and Last Crusade being considered the franchise's best outings, some consider Sallah the lucky charm. After riding into the sunset with Indy, Sallah was supposed to resurface for the wedding scene in Crystal Skull. According to Rhys Davis, Sallah only would have appeared briefly via green screen. Rhys Davis ultimately declined this cameo, feeling that Sallah and the audience deserved better than that. There was some uncertainty if Sallah would return for Dial of Destiny, but his presence was confirmed at 2022's D23.
Those days have come and gone. Perhaps Perhaps not.
After helping Dr. Jones find the Ark of the Covenant and the Holy Grail, Sala is eager for another adventure.
Give 'em hell, Indiana Jones!
Number 5. Phoebe Waller-Bridge plays Indy's latest partner. Just when Indy thought he was out, Fleabag pulled him back in. Phoebe Waller-Bridge brings fresh blood to the franchise as Indy's goddaughter Helena.
Dad told me you found something.
Her father was Basil Shaw, played by Toby Jones, who spent much of his life hunting the titular Dial of Destiny. Helena seeks to complete her father's work.
Who is this man?
I'm her godfather.
Related.
Getting the boulder rolling, she tracks down her godfather for another exploration. James Mangold drew parallels between Helena and Jean Harrington, Barbara Stanwyck's character in The Lady Eve. In that 1941 screwball comedy, Stanwyck played a con artist who gets involved with Henry Fonda's Charles, who was ironically a snake expert. Only time will tell if we'll see Helena in future adventures, although Mangold says she isn't taking over the Indy role.
And now, a final triumph.
Number 4. George Lucas's unused Indiana Jones ideas. Before the Disney deal, Lucas had been tinkering with ideas for a 5th Indiana Jones film.
I don't know. I'm working on a story.
Leading up to Crystal Skull, Lucas said that the next film could potentially focus on Shia LaBeouf's Mutt. Lucas ultimately realized that an Indiana Jones movie has to be about Indy, saying, quote, "If it was Mutt Williams, it would be Mutt Williams and the Search for Elvis or something." According to Frank Marshall, a script for Indiana Jones 5 hadn't been written before the Disney acquisition. However, Harrison Ford claimed that Lucas had a, quote, "crazy but great premise." After Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy took over, there were conflicting reports of Lucas's involvement in Indy 5. While Lucas remains an executive producer, this is the first Indy film without his story input.
Sorry.
Number 3. Steven Spielberg isn't directing. Having directed the previous 4 films, Spielberg is almost as synonymous with Indiana Jones as Harrison Ford. As a 5th movie gained traction in 2016, it was announced that Spielberg would take the helm again, with John Williams also returning as a composer. With projects like The Post and Ready Player One requiring Spielberg's attention, Indy 5 kept getting pushed back. By February 2020, Spielberg decided that it was time for another director to leave their mark. Spielberg remained attached to the sequel, serving as an executive producer. However, directorial duties fell to Logan's James Mangold, who Ford suggested for the job. After seeing Mangold's film, Spielberg enthusiastically said, quote,
"Damn, I thought I was the only one who knew how to make one of these."
Number 2. The time travel twist. One of the biggest challenges for any Indiana Jones movie is coming up with the right MacGuffin. Lucas felt that MacGuffins should tie in archaeologically or historically with Indy's adventures, saying in 2008, quote, "You can't just make something up like a time machine." Well, keep in mind that Lucas also said there would never be a Star Wars Episode 7.
There is no Episode 7.
While the plot synopsis is vague, time travel will play a significant role in Dial of Destiny.
A dial that could change the course of history.
It might not have been the MacGuffin that Lucas would have gone with, but time travel makes sense for a character whose time is running out. A literal race against the clock also suits the 1969 backdrop, with the space race reaching a critical point.
But I've been looking for this all my life.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Harrison Ford's Last Crusade. For real this time. Speaking of time travel, Harrison Ford is being de-aged for the film's 25-minute opening, which takes place in 1944. Ford, who turned 80 during production, stated in May 2023, quote, "This is the final film in the series, and this is the last time I'll play the character. I anticipate that it will be the last time that he appears in a film." With a Disney Plus series being eyed, it's safe to say that this franchise will likely continue in some form.
I know that other projects are being developed for television, and I'm not part of that. So for me, this is the last time.
As of writing, though, there are no plans to recast the titular role. As Ford said in 2019, quote, "I'm Indiana Jones. When I'm gone, he's gone." Whatever the future holds for the Indy franchise, this will be Ford's final crack of the whip.
I'm retiring.
Well, in that case, what are we drinking?
Same for the goddaughter.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.